If you are an Indian student who's applied to a US university or a relative of some student who has applied, then these are extremely anxious and worrying times for you, and with good reason. There's so much happening in the American universities, there's so much happening between the Trump administration and US universities, and also with that special cable that went out from Marco Rubio, US Secretary of State, to embassies across the world that no new visa interview appointments will be given for any foreign students coming in, especially on the F visa. And that's not the only visa where these interviews have stopped. So if those students who already have secured a visa appointment, it's still a nervous time.
It's just very odd, we students have worked hard, we put in so much of effort and time into our applications, and then we have, we just decide our careers like this. Just overnight, you change a policy, you change a rule. This is just not acceptable. This is not how you can play with the lives and the careers of students. These are universities, they need to help us, they need to support us.
Just last week, there was a story that was reported about how one student was asked just one question in the visa interview. How many colleges did you apply to, and how many confirmations did you get? The student in this case had applied to 4 universities and got a confirmation from just one university, Minnesota. But there were no follow-up questions asked, and the student's visa was rejected. Now, the US is well within its rights to not ask follow-up questions. I mean, the very nature of a visa interview appointment is that it depends entirely on the embassy whether they want to issue the student visa or not. But that also means that students continue to be a lot more anxious. Now, the US universities usually take in fresh admissions in fall, and this is the interview period when most students will apply for these. The US has recently said that it wants to have robust mechanisms for checking the social media of students. Have they said things against the US administration in the past? What are their political views? Are their social media handles giving any indication to that effect? So there's a lot of uncertainty for students, and that also means that many of them are preparing for backups. They may have applied only to universities in the US, but now they're also looking for alternatives, whether it's Australia, whether it's Europe, whether it's other colleges even in the UK. Now all of this is a very expensive process, but at the same time, what they also have to keep a check on is their own social media handles. Now, one of the reasons why the US has stopped any new visa interview appointments is because they want to ramp up and make their social media screening a lot more robust. So that also means that those students from India who are either studying in US universities or want to study in US universities are looking at all their social media. Have they made any comments against the administration? Have they made any political statements that could be construed as something that is not in favor of the administration? Anything that they think could raise a red flag is now being deleted. Many students are actively even deleting their social media profiles altogether. Now, these are very, very nervous and anxious times for students and their families.
And I feel this is a very temporary situation. It is basically because of administrative internal policies, and so the US Department of State is making certain adjustments for security and for efficiency.
India sends the highest number of students to the US every year. Now, initially when Harvard was told that it cannot take in any new foreign student admissions this year, they went to court and the court gave a stay. But that also means that this constant cat and mouse game that is taking place in the US will keep students and their parents on tenterhooks for now. For more such stories, subscribe to SNG News, hit the like button and follow for more news updates.